Everyone, this is Robin Pike with Crafty Stamper, and today is September 4th, 2025. And I wanted to hop on here today and maybe do this card right here. That's what I'm thinking about. But this is our new catalog. Don't know if you've seen it yet, but this is the front of it. I'm sure you've seen it a lot, but the inside is awesome. So many pretty things in here. Here's our scrapbooking workshop kits in here. And here's some more here. This is Peaceful Days. Such pretty blue colors on here with the doves and the trees. The trees are just very pretty. And then look at some of the Christmas stuff that we have. Just love all these colors. And then I don't know if you noticed this or not, but on page 14 of the mini catalog, it shows some templates for the cards, tags, and your scrapbook pages. And so just be mindful of that, because this really helps if you're kind of stuck, and I get that way quite often. If you're stuck and not sure what you want to create, then take one of these templates and use it, and then that will help get your creative juices flowing. And then we have some more. This is a nice set here. And then the big Merry Christmas. There's just so many pretty things. I'm not going to go through the whole catalog with you, but I just kind of wanted to glance over some of it and then look at the set that I'm going to be working with today, which is the Autumn Twirl, or Twirl, I think is how you say it, not Twirl, but Twirl. And they've got some really pretty cards on here. It looks like they're doing some watercoloring here with the pencils that we have. And my husband loves deers, and he's a deer hunter. But anyway, so his birthday was the 1st, and I did him a real pretty card. I did his, let's see, like this example here that they showed. And it's got the deer on there and some pumpkins. And so anyway, they just have some really pretty cards in here. The stamp sets are just beautiful. And the paper is really gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's pretty with the fox. And then you've got your deer here, the pumpkins. And then, I don't know, are these quail, I guess, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't really know. Maybe pheasants. I don't know. Anyway, and then they show some picture frames here that they fixed up, and gifting as a set. So that would be really nice. But anyway, I want to go ahead and get started, and I want to do this template here that they're showing us. And so I went ahead, and I've got a few things set out here, but I'm just going to put this over here, and then I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to cut it all and get the cut and emboss machine out, and we're going to use it. So here I'm just going to, I think I will do a portrait card. So I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. And you could, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do 5 1/2 across this way and then do the 4 1/4. But let me move the scoring blade out of the way. All right, got this. And this is pecan pie I'm using. And then here's the 5 1/2, and we're going to score it and move the cutting blade out of the way. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got our base. And then let's see. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to leave it as is, but I am going to cut a piece for inside. Let's see. I usually put more layers on here, but I'm going to do it like they show it on the picture. And so we're just going to cut, let's see, I think we'll do 5 1/4 on this for the inside. Now you could do the different measurements if you wanted to where it would fit, closer around the edge. But this is going to have a little bit bigger border. So that'll be what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so from here, we're going to get our paper out. And this is our pack of paper here. And let me just go ahead and pull this out and show you what we're looking at. So this is the piece that we're going to be working with today. And so there are 3 sheets each of this, and then the flip side is this right here. And I like that. I've used that a lot. And I've also got several cards to show you at the end of this. And then here is this pretty green. Then here's your flip side of that. And I love this. I love all of this paper. Of course, I love fall. I love Christmas. I'm liking all of it, the pumpkins. And I love the colors that they used in this. I think that's just so pretty. And then here's the back side of that. And that will go with a lot of things. And then here's your little Cajun Craze boxes, I believe is what that color probably is. Then you've got this. That kind of reminds me of wallpaper or something. I like it though because it's got like your seafoam green in it. Is that right? Seafoam green? I don't know. That don't sound right. Let me pull out my pad here. It's called soft seafoam, but it is a green color. It's just a soft color of it. Okay. And let's see, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get this put back up here. We'll get a sheet of this and we're going to cut it down. And here I'm going to cut it 5 1/4. Sure everything's straight. And you know what I should have done is I'm going to have to cut it differently because I need to put it at 4 because I want it to go up and down. So keep that in mind because if I was to put it on here like this, then it's too too wide for it with it being portrait. So I wasn't thinking about that. But let's go ahead and cut this at 4. And I hate to cut those 2 deer off over there, but I guess we've got to. All right. Well, we were able to save some. Okay. And then this is going to be 5 1/4. And you know, I'm going to cut off some of the top of it. Let's see. I'm just going to cut maybe a 1/2 inch and see if that's going to be enough because I want to keep the water down here. I want to keep that. All right, so let's do it. Okay. Yeah. We were able to cut some of that. Okay. So that's what we have here. And so this will then layer on top of here. But what they're showing us, to take our markers, our Stampin' Blends, and they're showing us to put some green on here. Let me scoot this up a little bit and see if you can see it any better. It's kind of not very clear. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's get on up a little bit more and see if it's clear up. Okay, well, it doesn't seem to be clearing up. So, but anyway, maybe the coloring on it, but they've done the trees green. And so, and this is the way they look on here right now. They've got the brown look to them, but they're going to do them. They're showing us to color them in green. And so, and it looks like the marker that they're using is going to be the dark old olive. And I think I will take the brush end of it. So it's the bigger tip here. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. And then we're just going to kind of color over this. Go ahead and get the big one here. I think it's pretty neat the way that they've done this. They still show some of the brown, just a little bit of it, not a whole lot. So, but I think you could, you know, do it over how you wanted to. You could show more or less or whatever you wanted to do. That's what I like about it, because you can take yours and make it like you like it. So it makes it all so fun. Okay, so here we're just going to go down through here. We're going to do the same thing. I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it. Just kind of going over some of this. Now we're going to go up here and do some of this. So, what do y'all think about the catalog, the mini catalog? Oh, Lord. I'll tell you what I think about it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I want all the things. And I have ordered quite a bit. And so I really need to be doing videos like every day. So stay tuned. It's gonna be happening. I've got to do it. If not, then I've got all this stuff and all this products and stamp sets and everything. And then I'm just gonna be sitting over here and I'll be making cards and classes and stuff. But I want to be on here and I want to show you the things that I create. And maybe it'll give you a little inspiration. This is my favorite catalog, and if you've been on any of my videos, you know that I love this time of year. Okay. All right. And that looks like some down here, here, here. Then we've got some right over in here. And that looks like it. Let me get right in here. Okay, I think, let's see, they did some of these down in here. Looks like they did a lot of this in here. I don't guess I realized it. I love the deer scenes. I think they're very pretty. So you need to leave me a comment and let me know which is your favorite stamp set out of the book, like for Christmas. Just say for Christmas. Do you have one that you like really well? I think the Christmas traditions or traditional Christmas, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think that's pretty, and I love the colors in it. Again, I like all of it. So it's hard for me to really choose one. I feel like I'm leaving the other one out. Okay, so that looks like it here. And I think that just looks so pretty. I never would have thought to do this. And maybe, you have, I see where I missed one. And maybe you have done this before, but I never thought about this. And so let me get these right in here. And so when I saw that, I thought, wow. And it looks so good. I think that's so neat looking. So it just gives it some added color here. Okay, so from here, we're going to get the glue. And I'm probably going to have to unclog it because it seems like every time I use it, I have to do that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and glue this on. I love the back side of this here too. And we're just going to even this up on here. Let me get that out of the way. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me find my bone folder, and I want to give that a crease if I can find my bone folder. Okay, well, maybe I can just crease it with that. Okay, yeah, well, that worked pretty good. Okay, so let's see. It says grateful for you. So let's see, what would we want to put on the inside of this? We could put grateful for you, blessed to have you in my life, or we could put you're simply the best. Let's put blessed to have you in my life. So let's get it out, put it on a block here. And I guess you've heard that we're going away from the red rubber stamps. So I think they'll be phasing them out starting in November, maybe. I think is what I've heard. So I'm excited about it. Like, it really hasn't bothered me. Because I do like using the photopolymer because you can't actually see what you're stamping. Let's make sure that this looks good. Yeah, it looks like I need to push it up. Maybe pull it up a tad over here. Let's see. Maybe that's got it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Looks pretty good. All right, so let's set this aside. And then I need to get out. I think I'm going to do the little acorns here. I think they're cute with the little leaves. And I'm not going to color them or anything. I'm just going to put them in the pumpkin pie. And that's what I used on this. And then we're just going to kind of put them like right over in here. And then the inside of our card is done. Isn't that cute? Now, I could color that if I wanted to, and you could. You know, if you decide to, you might want to color yours in, and that would be perfectly fine. All right, so let's put some glue on here. We'll put this on the inside of our card. And this card comes together, you know, fairly quickly. You know, you could jazz it up if you wanted to and put a bunch of different layers on there. You know, you could do any of that, but, you know, but then if you don't want to, you don't have to. And then, okay, so this is some of our thread here that we have, and it's, what is it called? Irregular weave trim. That's what it is. And so it looks like they've just taken a piece of it and just kind of folded it over and stuck it in here like that. So, and I have some regular Scotch tape here, and I'm going to use it and tape it down. There, I think I got enough of it. So next, we're going to cut a piece of Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to use the, let's see what I did with my dies that we're going to be using. Here they are. Okay, so we're going to be using the Stylish Shape die, and we're going to be using this one over here, and it's going to be the second to the largest here. So this is the one that we're going to be using. And so we just want this to come out. If you notice on here, it looks like it just comes out a little bit on this end and on this end here too. I'm sorry that's so blurry. So we're just going to see how long this is. And it looks like it's about 2 7/8. So I think if we do about 3, that should be plenty for us, I believe. Of course, they did show it out a little bit more, so maybe we need to go with 3 1/4. And it's really not going to matter. Get this even in here. Oops, that was my scoring blade. Okay, and then here, let's see how long that is. So, and let's do by 1, or maybe 7/8. We'll do 7/8. And probably may not need to do it that wide because it looks like it's a skinnier piece on here. Let's see, let's try a half. And let's see how that works out for us. Okay. Move that and move that out of the way. And then we'll go ahead, we'll get this, and let's go ahead and stamp Grateful for You on here. And I'm going to do that in pecan pie. And we're going to do a little test on it. Well, it really won't matter, truthfully, because we're going to be cutting it out. So we need to scoot it over far enough that when you put this on here, your die, then it will be able to cut it out. Because if we were to put it over here more, then it would have cut some of it off. So we don't want to do that. There's a little piece of fuzz right there on that. Let me try stamping it one more time. See if I can get a better image. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this up. I think we're through with it. Set that aside and clean it later. Okay, and then let's get the cut and emboss machine over here. I got some tape up here. So let's see. Make sure that it's even here. Okay. Go ahead and get this cut out. Move that out of the way. I'm finished with it. Put that there. We'll move this out of the way. We'll bring our card back in. And then we can get, oh, I'm not finished with that. I thought I was, but I'm not. Okay, so we've got that. And then we've got this right here. And that looks about right. And I like it being a little bit longer. We could cut it if we wanted to. And maybe we should cut it just a tad bit. Okay, and next I need to get the, there's a leaf here. An orange leaf that's in our stamp, in our dies. So let me get it. If I can find where I put my dies at now. I hate when I lose stuff. And I'm the worst at it. Really am. Okay, so here we've got this. And we're just going to put this, let's see, let's do an orangey color. How about this? This is, I think it's our, I was thinking it was our two-tone, but I think it's Timid Tiger. It's not the two-tone because it doesn't look lighter on one side. Okay, I'm going to stand up and I'm just going to do this off screen here. It looks like they just used one leaf. Okay, so got that done. Okay, and here we can just put this on top and then lay this on here. And I do think I'm going to cut that just a little bit. I'm just going to cut it with my scissors. Maybe it shouldn't cut that much. And then that's going to go up there. Okay, so I think I'm going to glue this down. And it won't take but just a little bit, just a little dot here and there. Okay. Then we're just going to lay it right there. You have to hold it for just a minute till it can set up. Okay. And then this one, and I can't tell, it doesn't look like they put it on dimensionals. I could. And I could put this up on dimensionals, but maybe I should put this on dimensionals. I don't know. I'm not seeing, it looks like it's kind of flat to me. Let's see, it may be, I think this is what I'm going to do. I think I may lay this one flat and put dimensionals on this one. And I'm going to put it up at the top. And this may be totally wrong, but if it is, we'll change it. Okay. Oops. Needs to move up some more. Yeah, I took my nails off and just decided I'd give my nails a break for a little while. And now I'm trying to work with nubs on here, so it can be a little hard. Okay, so I think I'll just lay that right here. Let me see if that's even. It looks like it needs to come up just a tad. Okay. And then this is just going to lay on top of that. And then we're going to let's see, if I put that on there with that. Looks like that's going to kind of get in the way. Okay, that looks pretty good there. So I'm going to lay that down just a little bit. Put that on there. And we've got that. I think that looks good. I'm not sure if that was really the correct way to be doing that, but it does seem to be working. I think I probably could have put dimensionals all the way across the bottom of it. So let me just go in here and just stick one in here for good measure. Stuck to that one over there. There. We'll see if this makes a difference on it. I mean, either one was fine. And here I am. If I make a difference with this. Just want to pull the whole thing up. There we go. Yeah. Who would have thought the hardest part would be putting a dimensional on it? I mean, that's pretty funny. Okay, so we got that up now. Okay, and then we've got our little embellishments here. And these are, let me see what the names. Okay, so these are the street dots. And they are $9 if you're interested in wanting to know. So let's see where they put them. Looks like they put a couple of them down here and then right up here. So we'll get a big one. And then we will put it right here. And then we'll put a smaller one right down below it. And I love these. You can tell I've used them a good bit. Okay, then we've got one here. We're going to put it right up here by the leaf. Okay, and that is our finished card. It says, grateful for you and blessed to have you in my life. I think we can get that little backing off there. Isn't that cute? I think that's so pretty. Okay, and then all we need to do is get us that an envelope and then cut this and do the same thing and then decorate our envelope. But let me show you. I want to show you what I've been working on. And also, y'all, this is the inside of the leaf, and we can take it and we can put it on here too. They didn't do it, and I'm not going to do it today. But don't throw that part away. We could put it on here and decorate it up, or either you could leave it inside there or whatever you want, or you could stick it inside, you know, if you're working with a piece where it would go. Anyway, we'll save that for later. We won't throw that away. Okay, so let me show you my cards I've been working on. And this is all using this stamp set. That's not one of them. No, I've got one more. Okay, and I used all the same colors on here. So if you if you do a purchase from me for this month, for the month of September, I will, and it's got to be $50 or more in order for me to be able to ship this out and do all of that for you. But I will cut up the pieces here. Now, I can't do any stamping for you. So you would have to purchase the stamp set. And the stamp set, we use the Amber Autumn. Now, if you got the whole suite, it's going to be a little bit more. But it's, you know, you get everything in a suite collection. It's $146.50, and that's in US dollars. But it comes with everything. It comes with 2 stamp sets. It comes with 2 sets of dies. You've got that big tree here that's really nice. You've got the ribbon that we used today. You've got your embellishments. You also have this paper here, and it's like let me see what they call it. It's an earthen toned metallic specialty paper, and so you get lots of stuff in here, and it's $146.50. But if you just wanted to purchase the Amber Autumn stamp set, or the bundle, actually, let's see where the bundle. Here it is, Amber Autumn bundle. It's $52, and so let's see. That would get you, yes, that would get you everything you need. So this would be your bundle, that Amber Autumn, and then this is the dies to go with it. And of course, you would need your. Well, I can send your paper. So, and then I can send your cutouts here. I just can't stamp for you. So you would really need the stamp set is what you would really need. So, but like I said, you need to spend at least $50 in order for it, you know, for me to be able to ship these out to you. So anyway, it's just something to think about. You know, this would be a great set to have. And it is $50 before tax and shipping. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, so let's get back to what I was going to show you. So these are the cards I have here. And this is one of them, and it says grateful for you. And I just love the paper and this. The pumpkins, I've been practicing on my coloring and stuff. So I hope you like that. And then the inside, I just put you're simply the best. So that's one of them here. And then I did decorate the envelope. And you could do the same if, you know, if you get the paper and stuff, which why wouldn't you? If you're spending, you know, $50, you should get, you know, the paper and stuff to go with it and the embellishments. And so, and then this here, it just says Autumn Wishes on it. And this, now I did use, this is a new die that we have. It's a 3D die. And it is, let's see if I can find it over here. I can't remember what I did with it. Let's see. Yes, I get it here. Okay, well, I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is our, it's Gathering Leaves. And this is what it looks like here. And so I did use that on the background here, and then on this card here. Let's see. And that was it. So anyway, so there's this one here. And looks like I got ink on there. I did not realize that. Anyway, I'll have to do some surgery on that. Okay, so, and then I just decorated the envelope here. And then we've got this one here. And then this is part of the die set with the Amber Autumn. That's really pretty. And then this, Thinking of You Brings Joy to My Heart. Now, I did use a different stamp set just to kind of give it something different. But now you could use whatever's in there or whatever you have at home, you know. And you don't have to purchase this set. You can purchase anything you wanted to. I just, you know, to me, it's like, and you may already have it. If you already have it, then of course you wouldn't want to purchase it again. But if you don't, I would definitely think about purchasing it because it is a nice stamp set. Okay, and so then here we have this. And I just used the cotton pile on those leaves. And then there's the little twigs that I used that I told you don't throw them away and use them. And then you see my pumpkins. I've been playing around with the pumpkins. So I put little dots on them. And I did it on this one here too. And I used the Wink of Stella on there. I don't know if you can see the shine or not, but I think that just adds to it. And then I did it on this card here too. I put the little dots on there. So I thought that just kind of jazzed it up a little bit. And then I used this for the flap on the envelope. And it goes with this. I think I thought it looked really good with it. So anyway, but like I said, if you would like to make a purchase, and if it's at least $50, then I will send you the stuff to make these 4 cards. And usually it's 3 cards, but it's going to be 4 this time, because you know why? Because it's my birthday month. I turned 60 yesterday. So we're just going to be extra nice and send the stuff that it takes to make these cards. But like I said, also you will need stamp sets or something in order to get this look here, because I can't stamp for you. So all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And hey, if you got any questions, send me a message at robin@craftystamper.com, and then check out my website, and that is Crafty Stamper. And I appreciate you being with me today, and I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.